Very good morning to all. Good evening for all the participants who joined on time. Thank you so much. So this is the last day of this batch, session number 12. So we are going to have both Dr. Sharma as well as Swamiji is going to do the complete recap of entire 11 sessions, whatever we have done it. So we are going to start with Dr. Sharma to talk about the entire dash and then plus miscellaneous subjects, topics which we have touched last session as a recap. So some of you missed a few sessions and this may be one of the recap for all. Followed by his question and answer. In between, I'm going to take a few minutes to introduce what is IWSP Live as well as what are all the future programs going to come under the banner of IWSP. And then again followed by Dr. Swamiji, and he's going to recap all the asanas and pranayamas once. So this may be the one last time for this batch to understand, get all your doubts clarified for all the asanas and pranayamas through Swamiji directly. Followed by his question and answer. And I'm hoping that we might extend 5 to 10 minutes today because of little packed agenda. So please bear with us. With this, over to Dr. Sharma. You are muted, Dr. Sharma.
Unmute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, namaste and welcome to everybody. So this is our last session. So sometimes when you do this program for a month, you start feeling, oh, we're all going to miss each other. But that is the beauty of IWSP, because as soon as you finish the program, you're graduating with the same amount of money that you paid now to IWSP Life. And they'll go on for a year. So we will get together again on a bi-weekly, fortnightly basis and continue this journey together. And we'll also be expanding on some of the topics that we discussed, some in more detail as we go along. So we believe that IWSP that we did is an introduction, and IWSP really strengthens your practice for life. So before I go to more housekeeping rules, the first housekeeping rule is that please fill up the testimonial form, the questionnaire that has been sent to you about your opinion and your advice and your suggestions. They are very important to us because they help us improve this program for the future participants. So I urge you all, please, to do that. I think 50% people have already done that. Those who haven't, please go ahead and do that. And the second is, your testimonials mean a lot to us. When you say something for us, that carries a lot more meaning for future participants. And we want to keep doing this for the benefit of more and more people. So I will request you, if you could give us a 2-minute soundbite, video bite, we'll be grateful. And you can get in touch with Naresh ji and Karthikeyan and Subrata ji towards the end of the program, how you want to do that. And we will make sure that we arrange all that for you to be done properly in audio format or video format. So I'm going to recap, and there are some things I'm going to stress more upon where I felt there were more questions and there were lesser understanding. I believe that at some places my message did not get across, most likely because I did not explain it well enough to you probably. So I'm going to emphasize more on them slightly differently to see that if I can get the paradigm deeply ingrained in your mind for you to benefit from that. So we began with this: we should not injure ourselves. And it's amazing how this slide begins with injury, and Swamiji's entire yoga also begins with ahimsa, non-injury. And non-injury is something that you extend to everybody and to yourself. As Swamiji said, ahimsatmak jivan paddhati. So our lifestyle should be non-injurious. And here, in the context of science, I'm talking about the injury that we bring upon ourselves by not eating proper diet, by being sedentary, by continuing to not surmount stress and not change habits to healthy habits. So all this has to change because inflammation, we found out, is the root of all the metabolic disorders. And if you look at the word inflammation, it really comes from inflamed. Inflamed is flammable, is something that burns. So you have to make sure that you do not put anything in your body that burns your body tissues. And you also don't put anything in your mind that burns your mind. And that is how, by doing exercise and diet, you reduce the inflammation in the body. And by being stress-free and imbibing healthy habits, you become non-inflamed in your mind. So again, we emphasize that it is the way you eat, the way you live, the way you behave, the way you act is what really constitutes the whole paradigm. So it's not just the science of the body, it's not just the science of the mind, it's also science of the spirit and soul. And that is how our program emphasizes mind, body, and spirit that we did. And we learned how the cells have a capacity to repair and remodel. And what is required for remodeling and repair is rest, the rest of the mind, rest of the body, and also the rest of the gut. The rest of the gut is fasting. The rest of the mind is meditation. And the rest of the body is when you give the body time to recover after exercise. So we need to be mindful of where the inflammation is coming from and how we can prevent and repair that. Okay. Let me see. I have my slide stuck here.
Can come out once, doctor. Come out.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Come out and then go back again, and let's see if it lets me in again. Okay, so we found out the inflammation that we know as inflammation acutely. For example, the allergies, the injury, the burn, and now the COVID infection going on. That is all acute inflammation. And this you deal with by avoidance or by taking antibiotics or by taking precautions or by protecting yourself or by isolation. And then there's a chronic inflammation that we talked about, which goes on inside the body based upon how we eat, live, and behave. And that can cause inflammation and result in chronic lung disease, chronic liver disease, chronic heart disease, and chronic cancers. And that's why we always want to avoid inflammation. So this is a list of conditions where inflammation can come in the body, starting all the way from your brain up to your foot. Just about every organ of your body can become inflamed, and arthritis, the cardiovascular disease, the diabetes results from inflammation, the fatty liver results from inflammation, the heart attack also results from inflammation, we found out. So it's very important to tame the inflammation. So we found out that when you eat, it goes into your stomach, from stomach into your bloodstream. And what you eat is what is going to flow in your blood. And if what's flowing in your pipes is something which is corrosive and dirty, it is going to make your pipes dirty and become clogged. And that's exactly what happens in the human body. If you are eating the kind of food that you should not eat and living the kind of lifestyle that you should not live, there's exactly like the pipes, there are pipes running all over your body called the blood vessels, which have this inner lining called endothelium. And that gets corroded and damaged and then gets inflamed and then gets blocked up. And that is the underlying basis for all the disorders that you have, starting from heart attack to stroke to cancer, decreased blood supply to the organ, not taking proper nutrition to the organ, and also taking toxic nutrition to the organ is the underlying cause of all the inflammatory disorders. So we told you that there is a natural way to detox. You don't have to go to those detox centers or take some concoctions or some description. People drink all kind of things and juices and add spices to that. And you don't need to do that. You should do a natural detox. Natural detox is an anti-inflammatory diet, and we're going to talk about that. And we discuss that in detail. The diet that we recommend is anti-inflammatory. Lead an active lifestyle and stay active and do yoga, meditations, pranayama. Do stress-free living, do healthy habits, sleep well, avoid unnecessary medicating your body with antibiotics, antacids, and non-steroidals, and avoid adding chemicals to your body, avoid processed food, avoid toxins. So if you do all that, you're really feeding your body good food, you're giving your body good activity, and you're giving your mind good thoughts. And that is a detox that we recommend. That is a natural detox. You don't have to take any concoction, and you don't have to go to a detox center. You just make your life as a detox life. Okay, so we talked about this dash to wellness, 4 core practices that we discuss in detail with you with the science and underlying principles. And we made this acronym of diet, activity, stress management, and habit change. So in the diet segment, we talked about not just what to eat, but also how to eat. And you found out by chewing properly, by giving appropriate time for the food to mix with saliva, eating at regular times, and taking your meals not in a hurried way, you can actually improve upon all these problems that you get, such as gas, bloating, indigestion, heartburn, poor absorption, and overeating, and all those problems. And we also talked about that digestion goes from the stomach into the stomach, and from the stomach, it goes to your intestine, and everywhere there are juices and hormone enzymes that are mixing with it. And if you're not careful, if you're not mindful of how you're eating and what you're eating, you can impact both the digestion and the absorption. And we discussed that in detail, so I'm skipping through this. So what is the art of mindful eating? Remember, don't gobble, gulp, and go. Those fast food mentality, there are everywhere fast food restaurants. And they were created because you go through a drive-through and you pick up your food, you order in 2 minutes, you pick up in 3 minutes, and you're driving and you're eating. That is the worst way to actually nourish your body. You're really disrespecting your digestive tract, and this food is not going to give you good nutrition. It is not going to give you good thoughts. It is processed food. It is full of toxins, full of chemicals. It's devoid of phytochemicals. It's devoid of fiber. And it's going to be just plain, simple, unhealthy. So don't gobble, don't gulp, and don't go. Look at your plate, divide it into 4 portions, take small bites, chew properly, eat slow, appreciate food, and apply all 5 senses to have full effect of the food, not just on your body, but also on your mind. So why plant-based diet is good? There are many reasons. It's healthy, it's affordable. It's not cruel to animals, and some people have religious convictions, and it avoids all the chemicals and hormones that are fed to the animals. For all these reasons for eating plants. And we also found out that if you eat whole grain, vegetables, fruits, and legumes in their natural, as close to their natural form as possible, either raw or minimally cooked, for example, either broiled or grilled, or in a salad form, or in the juice form. So these are healthy vegetable foods that we recommend in the closest possible way to the natural form. And you move away from that, then you add additives, ingredients, for example, salt, sugar, fats, oils, or you move to animal food or processed grains and dairy and milk products, then that's not so healthy. And we gave you the science behind all that. So the 4 to maximize in your life, in your diet, are whole grain, vegetables, fruits, and legumes. And the 4 to minimize are processed food, dairy, milk produced, salt, sugar, fats, and oils. So what is processed? Anything that is packaged, either in a packet, or in a can, or in a box, is processed because it needs protection from not getting stale. So all these foods are processed. What you buy from the grocery store, from the grocery aisles, or you pluck from your garden or from your vegetable garden, that is unprocessed. So try to eat unprocessed food as much as possible. So we talked about these 6 white foods that cause most of the problems in the diet, especially those who are diabetics and have hypertension and heart disease. Please pay attention to this. White rice, replace that with whole grain rice. White flour, replace that with whole grain flour. Also, you can replace that with healthy millets, and Naresh can give you some more information on millets if you need. And avoid processed sugar. Replace your sugary sweet urge with fresh fruits. Minimize salt as much as possible. If possible, switch to potassium salt. Minimize saturated fat, move to oils, use oils sparingly, minimally, and where possible, avoid dairy. We talked about 3 different diet subsets, and we found out that the central theme remains the same. All diets consist of a diet consisting of fruits, whole grains, legumes, and vegetables. In a preventive diet, which you take when you have no illness whatsoever, you basically, again, do not take any sugar. You still restrict your sodium. Try to stay raw, boiled, broiled, grilled, or lightly salted, and minimal vegetable oil. And you can take some nuts, non-fried, handful, no more than 30 grams a day. Egg white you can take, or grilled fish you can take. And if you have to take dairy, take it skim or take it low fat. So this is for people that do not have any metabolic disorder and have some problem sticking to a more stricter form of diet. But as you keep going, the diet gets healthier and healthier. But again, it becomes practically a little bit more difficult to do. We all want you to do the diet number 3, which is going to come. But if you can't do that, this is diet number 1, the lowest. Below that, you're causing problem to your body. So there's a controlling diet. Once again, the core remains the same: fruits, grains, legumes, vegetables, no sugar, low sodium, and preferably raw, boiled, grilled, or lightly salted. But again, vegetable oil becomes minimal, and we tell you not to eat any nuts. That is if you have blood pressure, diabetes, cholesterol, heart disease. No animal. And again, if you have to take dairy, take skim or take low fat. And then this is the highest form of diet we talk about. So now again, I showed you some studies where they had actually shown reversal of disease processes. For example, blockages in the coronary arteries, or people that were going to require bypass surgery and they ended up not having bypass, or people that were going to require angioplasty and ended up not having angioplasty. So that kind of reversal we're talking about. So the core remains the same. It's fruits, grains, legumes, and vegetables, no sugar, no salt. But 4 additional things that come is it's a 0 oil, 0 nuts, 0 animal, and 0 dairy diet. So if you switch to this diet, which we think is the most effective diet, then this diet becomes the therapy. If you stick to this diet with blockages in your coronary arteries, if you stick to this diet with blockages in your brain arteries, or with high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, truncal obesity, all those metabolic disorders, if you stick to this for long enough time, you can actually reverse those diseases. So some of you may say, oh, well, you know, I attended this seminar. I saw what they were recommending. I did that for 3 weeks. It did not cure my diabetes. Nothing happened to my blood pressure. I think those claims are false. No, the claims are not false. You have put certain kind of food in your body for 10, 20, 30, 40 years. It is not going to reverse in one day. It's not going to reverse in 1 week. It's not going to reverse in 1 month. It's not going to reverse in 1 year. It takes years. So it takes time. So in order to see the benefit of the reversal diet, you have to give it ample time and continue and persist with it without any cheating in this. Then it works. And we showed you the science that it works. So it is not an opinion. It is not a claim. It is based on scientific proof. So we put this in the WhatsApp, we'll put it again. So 4 to maximize, we told you, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and legumes. 3 to minimize sugar, oil, and salt. And 3 to avoid animal, dairy, and processed. So these are our dietary 10 commandments. Just a pun on the 10 commandments. Okay, so moving to activity. We told you that the best, most affordable, without any side effects, diet pill that reduces heart disease and reduces diabetes risk, reduces stroke risk, reduces cancer risk is exercise. So we also showed you this slide that those that sit for a long period of time and are sedentary have more problems compared to those that walk and stay active. And we told you that you have to choose one of the three, or you can mix and match in a given week. You can exercise aerobic for 150 minutes and strength training, weightlifting for 50 minutes a week, and that you can do, and that gives you all the health benefits that you need. We recommend yoga, meditation, pranayama, at least 1 hour, 5 days a week. If you do that, then you don't need the aerobic and you don't need walking. Or you can just walk 7,500 steps every day if you cannot do yoga and you cannot do aerobic. Or you can mix and match all these three different things. For me, for example, I do yoga 3 days a week, I walk 3 days a week, and I do some kind of aerobic once a week or once every 2 weeks. And I don't do strength training because the yoga itself is strength training. So we told you also that all these exercises give you certain kind of benefits, but it's only yoga that gives you all 4 benefits of physical activity. It gives you aerobic activity, it gives you strength, it gives you flexibility, and gives you balance. And these are all the beneficial effects of exercise that we talked about: reducing adiposity, controlling your triglycerides, your cholesterol, blood pressure, improving coagulation, improving endothelial function, improving insulin sensitivity, reversing diabetes, increasing psychological well-being, taking care of stress. And we talked about all those happy hormones, right? Okay, so let's now go to stress management. Now, there I felt that the message did not get across. Somehow stress and habits, they're both in the mind, and the only way to control stress and to change habit is in the mind, and the only place where the habits live and the stress lives is in the mind. So the residence of the stress is in the mind. The instrument for changing the stress and the habits is in the mind, and it is the mind itself that is changing itself. So before I go further, let me just throw this one more thing in front of you, because a lot of times this question, how do you deal with stress if my husband does this or that person does that? This reminds me of a short story you must have heard too. It's Buddha's story of 2 arrows. So Buddha said that most of the suffering in the life comes from 2 arrows. So the first arrow is what somebody actually throws at you. Somebody says something bad thing to you and you feel hurt, or somebody injures you, or somebody hurts you, or somebody throws a stone at you. Now that is the first arrow, or somebody actually throws an arrow at you with a bow and arrow. And there is no doubt it hurts, it definitely hurts, but that is the first arrow. What really causes stress and more hurting is actually the second arrow. So where does the second arrow come from? The second arrow comes from our mind. The second arrow is the arrow which says, why did he do it? I must take revenge. How can I prevent it from happening again? How did he dare do this to me? I will make sure that he suffers as much as I suffered. And this rumination that goes in your mind, this scheming that goes in your mind, this questioning that goes in your mind, that is the second arrow. And that second arrow hurts you more. Now, when we talk about stress management and habit change, we are really talking about the second arrow. The world is as the world is. You cannot change that. Some of it you can, but not all of it. And also, there's so many variables that cause stress in life. You cannot control all of them. So if you really have to spend time in managing stress, it should be in how to prevent the second arrow from hurting your mind. So this stress and mind thing that I told you actually has been most beautifully put by our revered Swami Ranganathananji Maharaj. Those of you who know him, he was also the president of the order and a prolific speaker and the brightest mind of the 21st century. And I will go ahead and run his audio for your benefit. And he very clearly explains what is the problem in the mind, how do you solve the problem in the mind, and what do you have to do to solve the problem in the mind? Very clearly, very succinctly, those of you who know, it is from Bhagavad Gita. It is what Ranganathanji Maharaj says. It is the book of human possibilities. He calls it a practical book. And let us listen to what he has to say, these beautiful words.
But Upanishads tell you, there is enough energy within you, if you know how to take advantage of it, to release all these complexes and make yourself fresh every day. Today, the mind had complex. By evening, by discrimination, by meditation and all that, I remove the complex. Tomorrow my mind is fresh. If I can do so, that is wonderful. That is being spiritual all the time. Not only while going to temple we are spiritual, then we are anything else. That is what normally we are. That is not. Spirituality is a constant experience. Therefore, this last sentence, as I remembered, the complexes of the mind must be released. The mind must be natural, spontaneous like a child, and not full of what you call rigidity, neurotic mind, abnormal. You should not allow the mind to be so. It depends upon you only. The Gita teaching in the 6th chapter must be constantly kept in view. Uddhared atmanatmanam, natmanam avasadayet, atmaiva hyatmano bandho, atmaiva riparatmanaha. Praise yourself by yourself. Don't let yourself down, for you are your own friend, you are your own enemy. Any boy or girl at home, beyond the age of 7 and 8, you can tell this to that child. The child must learn from that time onwards. I must stand on my own. I must not allow the mind to go down. I must lift it up. I am responsible. That will be a tremendous education for children. How do I become my own friend and enemy? The next sloka explains it. Bandhuratma atmanastasya yenatmaiva atmanajataha anatmanastu shatrutve vartet atmaiva shatruvat. When you refine your experiences, your mind remains free from all complexes. Every day it is fresh. That is what we have to do. If you don't do so, you become your own enemy. You think that man is my enemy. Actually, you are your own enemy. You don't realize the truth. This is a profound truth, and today's psychiatry understands that. Man becomes his own enemy. So this last utterance is the great gift of Vedanta, Vijnana Marga. You break down all these complexes within, realize your own infinite divine nature, is oneness with all, behave with everyone in a normal, natural, happy way. What a beautiful life.
Okay, so we also talked about stress, how it affects, and how we as physicians fail in our duty to actually address the issue of stress. And we told you stress affects you, your cells, your nucleus, your chromosome, your genetics, and your epigenetics. So the stress permeates every cell of your body. So again, I keep coming to that, and I hope that it's clear now after Swamiji's 2 shlokas about the mind. The problem causing stress is in your mind, and the solution is also in your mind. Only you with your mind can take care of your stress. Don't rely on other minds, and do not waste time in manipulating other minds around you, because they may change, they may not change. The first arrow may not come, may come. It's the second arrow that is in your hand. So make sure that the second arrow doesn't hurt you. So again, if you love and you serve, that is basically the core of it. The chances are the first arrow may not come. I'm not saying that there are not some really injurious, bad people in the world. There are. But if you are by nature loving and serving, the chances are at least people around you will hurt you less. Again, there may be environmental stress is still coming and other stress is still coming, but you minimize stress by being loving and serving, and you minimize your chances of getting the first arrow. And if you enhance the practice of accepting and letting go, and that is where you take care of the second arrow, and that is the one that hurts you more, That is the one that ruminates in your mind. That is one that goes on and on and on and on. The arrow has hit you and gone, but you keep hitting yourself with the second arrow ad infinitum, and that goes on in your mind, and that is the cause of chronic stress. Okay, so we gave you some beautiful practices that actually train your mind in such a way that you don't have to mindfully think about these arrows and letting go and acceptance and loving, serving, all those things. They are naturally built in these practices. When you are doing these 9 practices, you are already doing practices that are actually bathing your mind in beautiful spirit, and it is transforming itself by itself without you knowing that you're transforming. And that is how the stress goes away with yoga, pranayama, meditation, with volunteering, connecting and belonging, and with gratitude, self-compassion, and self-rejuvenation time. And we gave you science behind all these 9 practices. These 9 practices have scientifically validated effects of modifying mind, reducing stress, changing habits. And also, these are also spiritually proven practices that actually make you stress-free and make you adopt good habits in life. Okay, so on the habit change, we found out that these things don't work, right? So please don't misunderstand me when I say that willpower and self-control doesn't work. It depends upon what kind of willpower and what kind of self-control you have. We're talking about us ordinary human beings. We have not evolved our willpower and self-control to the extent that we can really practice the highest self-control of brahmacharya. And therefore, for us to just think that by our self-control we can control our habits, we will not, because the control has not strengthened to the point that it will be effective for us. That is what I meant by it. And obviously, you know that the guilt, fear, and regret doesn't work. We found out how the habits form in a loop fashion. And we also find out, therefore, the best thing really is to change the routine and make sure that the cue and the reward takes care of itself. And we found out that substitution is the best way of habit control, because habits never die. They just become dormant. And then you pile up good habits on top of the dormant habits, and those good habits become your second nature, and they become operative. And now, instead of having a bad habit, you have good habits. So here, cue, reward, and routine loop that we saw, you always have to change the routine. The cue and the reward stay constant. If you're getting bored, you're getting bored. When you're getting bored, you want to feel good. It is what you make yourself feel good. Do you make yourself feel good by drinking alcohol or by sitting on a sofa watching TV? Or do you make yourself happy by doing yoga, meditation, pranayama, walking, exercising, aerobic activity, or reading good literature, or doing gardening, or listening to good music? It's your routine, whatever routine you pick up, and you do routine replacement. And routine replacement is actually the substitution that scientifically works to change habits. So we also talked about this. You have a choice, because what you are actually is based upon what you do on a repeated basis. What you do over and over again becomes your habit. Your habits then make your nature, your personality, your character. All that is a composite of your habits or your actions. And these three, the mental impressions and the emotional makeup and your natural tendencies, they become the core of your personality. And they come from these things that go in your mind, the likes and dislikes, what's right and wrong. Sometimes we do things that we know we do not want to do, but we cannot stop ourselves from doing. And sometimes we do not want to do certain things, but we cannot stop our mind from doing this. And that is the dividing line between a mind which works on the paradigm of likes and dislikes and a mind that works on the paradigm of right and wrong. So when the right and wrong, now, for example, you listen to all these dietary practices, yoga practices, meditation practices, and now you have a very clear scientific understanding of right and wrong. Once you have that right and wrong, these right and wrong can now override your likes and dislikes to some extent. And you will see that some of your habits has already changed. Your diet has changed. Your activity level has changed. Your sleep pattern has changed. So knowledge is very important. And knowledge strengthens intellect. And the intellect is what gives you the discriminating power, the discerning power that overrides likes and dislikes. And this is what we mean by the lower brain and higher brain. The lower mind only wants likes and dislikes. The higher mind knows the difference between the two. So we talked about how you change habits. You have to have some confidence in yourself, some motivation in yourself. And if it is 6 out of 10 for both, then the chances of changing a habit and persisting with it gets better. And we also explained to you that if you think that you haven't changed some of your habits by now, don't be discouraged. It takes on an average about 60 days to change habit. And once you change habit, it takes additional 2 to 3 months to really see the benefit of it. So again, I keep coming back to that. If you have started the reversal diet and you are diabetic, you have blood pressure, you have cholesterol, remember, it'll take you a long time to change completely and then longer time to see the benefit. It may take a year, 2 years, 3 years. It took me 4 years to change my diet. So it takes time. So after these 4 core practices, we also gave you 4 additional wellness practices: circadian alignment, sleep, intermittent fasting, and sunshine. And some of this was new to you. Some of this you knew before. And we talked about the circadian rhythm, how the earth rotates around sun and earth rotates on its own axis, and that creates the day and night cycle, that creates the seasons. And with this rotation and change in the environment, we also change. We change through our perception of how we perceive light and what daytime, nighttime cycle that changes. During the daytime, light goes in and it tells our brain to stop secreting melatonin, and we wake up. And at nighttime, it reverses the pattern. And this is called the circadian rhythm. And based upon this rhythm in our brain, there are also secondary circadian rhythms in just about every organ of our body. They're all running on a clock. They all have their times when they work and the times when they rest. And you have to respect that. For your liver, for your pancreas, your lungs, and your heart to function properly, they need to work at a certain time and they need to rest at a certain time. And if you have a very clear understanding of circadian rhythm, you will respect all that. And what that requires is a regulated, routine, disciplined life, which Swamiji also says, and our old Ayurveda practices and our ancient scriptures say, dinacharya. There has to be a regulated dinacharya that we have to follow, the regulated discipline that comes in. So dinacharya is not just a spiritual regulated concept, it is a scientific concept, and you understand this through understanding circadian rhythm. And that is why these 3 gentlemen got the Nobel Prize in 2017 for really elucidating the science of circadian rhythm. So we found out the consequences if you do not align your circadian rhythm. If you're all haphazard, you're sleeping, waking different times and eating different times, everything is haphazard and disjointed and disorganized, then all your body organs don't know what you're doing. It's like, you have a beautiful orchestra, 60-piece orchestra that is playing, and there's a beautiful melody coming out of it. And now all of them go helter-skelter and start playing on their own tune, on their own rhythm. What is going to be? The music will become noise. Same way, if you do not align the circadian rhythm with the proper understanding and also follow dincharya, routine, disciplined life, then you're going to have problems: chronic stress, bone loss, poor immunity, cognitive decline, obesity, diabetes, accelerated aging, metabolic syndrome. Just think about it. Just by following a routine, disciplined, regulated life, you're improving all this. Now, we're not talking about diet here. We're not talking about activity. We didn't talk about stress. We didn't talk about habit. We just talked about being regulated and disciplined, going to bed at the same time, waking up at the same time, eating at the same time, keeping the same eating window that we'll talk about. So there are two people here, one with a healthy clock, one with a disrupted clock. The one with a disrupted clock who is doing everything as and when he wants to do with an indisciplined, unregulated life, has poor sleep, muscles get weak, the big liver gets fatty, they get blood pressure, they get diabetes, they get mental problems, depression, cardiovascular disease, all this sets in just by not following a routine. So this routine is not spiritually dictated. This is physically dictated by science. Okay, sleep. We talked about how important sleep is, and we all need at least 7 hours of uninterrupted sleep for us to recover, because a lot of bodily functions that do reparative process or restoration process or rejuvenation process, that occurs when we are sleeping, because that is when they get the rest to regenerate. So we talked about the principles of how you can sleep well. Well, fixed time to bed, quiet bedroom, dark bedroom, relaxing, comfortable. Exercise daily. Just before going to bed, 3 hours before that, no large meal, no coffee, no alcohol before bedtime. No electronic devices, don't watch TV, flickering lights, blue lights before going to bed. And before going to bed, you should read. You can read, you can meditate, you can listen to beautiful music, you can listen to bhajan, you can listen to songs, do whatever, but don't do anything that shows you flickering light in front of your eyes, because you saw that. When it goes inside, it confuses. This blue light tells your suprachiasmatic nucleus it is daytime, and therefore don't secrete melatonin. So you're watching TV until 11 p.m. and you turn the TV off and you turn the remote off and you pull your bed sheet over and you're now tossing in bed. Why? Because you know it is night, you want to rest, but you told your mind that it is not night. You showed your mind beautiful blue light, just like sunlight. So your mind thought it was sunlight. So for it to then grasp that it is night, because you now closed your eyes and made it dark, it'll take some time, half an hour, 1 hour, 1.5, 2 hours to know that it is night, and then your pineal gland will secrete melatonin and then you'll go to sleep. It's not a rocket science. A lot of people watch TV late at night. A lot of people, before they go to bed, last thing they look at is their cell phone, messages, WhatsApps, email. And there are some compulsions of the modern living that make us do that. But be mindful to at least eliminate the recreational reasons for looking at your WhatsApp and your electronic devices at nighttime, and make sure that if there's an essential reason because of your nature of your job, profession, then you do that, and that's part of living. We talked about fasting, many different types of fasting. You can either do full day fast or 5-2 or many different ways of fasting. We also talked about daily time restricted feeding, restricting the window of eating to 8 hours and not eating to 16 hours. For example, if you're eating 3 meals a day, finishing all 3 between 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and then giving 16 hours of beautiful restorative time, you will be amazed just by time restricted feeding 9 to 5. Just try to do that for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. All these things, your mood, your sleep, irritability, lack of energy, bloating, distension, constipation, all these things improve. Your weight improves, your blood pressure improves. You'll see amazing difference just by restricting your window to 8 hours. You can actually scientifically go up to 10 hours. As long as you give 13 to 16 hours of resting period to the gut, you're fine. And we saw the benefits: the weight loss, diabetes improves, oxidative stress improves, cholesterol goes down, memory gets better, insulin resistance improves, blood pressure improves, inflammation goes down, and triglycerides go down by this. So just by eating everything that you're eating as you're eating right now, if you did 2 things, you restricted your time window, your time restricted feeding between, let's say, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. or 9 p.m. to 5 p.m. or 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and then give complete rest. So when you finish at 6 p.m., you know that 10 o'clock when you're going to go to bed, it's 4 hours after that. There's nothing in your stomach. All the digestive processes, everything has been done. So you relax, your stomach relax, the clock in your liver, the clock in your stomach, the clock in your intestine, they're all now going in restorative mode. So when you rest, your liver rests, your kidney rests, your brain rests. Just think about it. You went to bed and then you had a heavy meal, heavy fatty meal at 11 p.m. and at 11:05 you are in bed. Now, for whatever reason, you took a pill and you went to sleep. Now, is your stomach sleeping? Is your liver sleeping? Is your pancreas sleeping? Is your gut sleeping? No. They are working frantically overtime trying to digest that huge meal that you took. So you think that you are getting rest, but your body is not getting rest. The body organs are working overtime. And no wonder next day, after a big fatty meal, late at night, when you wake up, you have difficulty getting out of bed. It's not a rocket science. You have basically given a restless night to your stomach, to your pancreas, to your livers, to your intestine. How do you expect them to now be restful like you? They're not. You're punishing them. So sunshine. We told you sunshine, we don't equate sunshine with vitamin D. Clear, no doubt that this is a very good side effect of sunshine. Sunshine gives you vitamin D, and vitamin D is good for you. But for us, the benefits, the health benefits of sunshine go over and beyond vitamin D. We showed you the scientific studies how the seasonal affective disorder, which can sometimes cause depression, gets better if you expose yourself to sunshine, especially in winter months, in climates, for example, in the Western world where winters are long and can sometimes be very dark. It improves your sleep, your bone health improves, and immunity improves, your blood pressure improves, and there are studies done which show that people that constantly expose themselves to sun lose weight. Now, this could be a little bit complicated because obviously if you're going to go in the sunshine, the chances are you're going to walk or exercise or do something. So I guess people that spend time in sunshine, people that spend time outdoors, also by nature happen to be people that are more active, and that also goes along with sunshine itself in reducing weight. Okay, so that's in a nutshell for all the practices that we talked about. So thank you very much. You have been wonderful batch to be with and very knowledgeable and asked very probing questions. And it gives me great pleasure to now say this, that along with us, you're now graduating to IWSP Life, and we will have more good time together and learn about more good things. And also, when you come to IWSP Life, we take up each topic and just stay with that topic. So we have much more time to go deeper into the science and deeper into the practice. And also you get a one-to-one time to share with us. So this is how your practice becomes strengthened and becomes more robust. So we'll see you in IWSP Life, and thank you for listening again. Please make sure that you fill up the question form that we sent you. Your feedback is very important to us, for us to improve for your benefit and for the benefit of those that follow. And you have a duty to those people who come in the coming batches, because your help and your suggestion will help us improve to help them. And in addition, please also try to give us your testimonials, verbal, audio, or video, and we will be happy to arrange that. And over to Subratoji for questions, and over to Nareshji for some more housekeeping.
Thank you, Dr. Sharma, for a power-packed summary of so many sessions, almost 10, 11 sessions, whatever you covered. It was a capsule to bring every aspects of DASH. So thank you, Dr. Sharma. And obviously there will be plenty of questions. I'm seeing some of those leftover question I'll start with, which came already and we didn't answer. I'll start with one which is a little longish, but mainly it says that as per our advice, we say that we have to take heavy food in the morning, normal quantity of food in the afternoon, and small quantity in the evening. In that case, we need to take more fruit in the morning, average quantity of vegetable in the afternoon, and low quantity of legumes and grains in the evening. I think this combination of food will not give enough protein. Can we have fruit in the evening instead of in the morning? That was the questions.
Yeah. So again, what we are saying is that the 4 ingredients, the whole grain, the legumes, and the fruits and vegetables. Now, depending upon your own constitution, whichever way or whatever permutation and combination you want to make, you choose from these 4 and make your own. Now, if you think that you need more protein, then you increase legumes. And if you think that you have a sweet tooth and you need more fruits, you can have fruit with every meal. Some people don't like to take fruit with every meal. So you can mix and match and change it as long as you keep the paradigm intact. And the paradigm is whole grain, legumes, fruits, and vegetables. These are the 4 components, and try and avoid the animal food, the dairy food, and the oils and fats and processed food.
Yes, that's in short, very quick answer for this. There is one specific question, how to cook food. Can you please tell if microwave is good way of cooking food?
Okay, so what we recommend is eating food as close to its natural form is the best way. So eating raw like salads and vegetables, or eating lightly cooked like boiled, broiled, grilled, or sauteed. Now, I don't know if anybody cook. I don't know if do you cook in microwave? I thought microwave is something for a quick heating type thing. I'm not sure. I don't do much cooking, but I don't think you would cook. But all I can tell you is that anything and everything that I eat out of the microwave, even if I warm it up, it doesn't taste as good. It somehow doesn't. If I have to warm up and I take it out of the fridge, let it sit, come to room temperature, and then I properly warm it on a skillet or on the cooking range, I find that the taste is better preserved. Anything that is done quickly in 30 seconds in microwave, it's good, it's time saving, but I really don't like it. So again, this comes to, so this question actually hits at the core of IWSP. The core of the IWSP is basically going towards nature, outer nature, outside in the nature, being in the nature, and also migrating inwards towards your own nature. Now, when you bring in these outside things, you're going away from nature. So microwave is unnatural. So I'm just coming to the spirit of IWSP that we should try and minimize that as much as possible.
Yes, it's like a current age of fast food. There's another way of quick eating and get done with it. So I think obviously it's not a good practice to do. So at least from the IWSP perspective, that won't be our recommended list at all. There was questions I'll just briefly mention. This is in diet. Can we reverse our food? That is cooked food afternoon instead of evening. Evening only raw foods. Looks very difficult to avoid salt completely. We can avoid sugar, oil, and processed food. Please suggest.
Yeah. So it's up to you, whatever combination, as long as you keep the spirit intact, you can do that. Lightly oiled is okay if you're not doing a reversal diet. Minimizing salt is okay, and changing to vegetable oils as opposed to the saturated fats is okay. So as long as you keep the theme intact, remember we said that if you're doing reversal diet, it's a different practice. If you're doing controlling diet, it's a different practice. If you're doing preventive diet, it's a different practice. So depending upon your specific situation, your likes and dislikes, your personal taste and your geography and your family situation, you can tweak it to your liking. So there is nothing sacrosanct about this that you have to do this at this time and this at that time. This was just a suggested paradigm that we gave you, but if you wish to tweak it, you can do that.
Thank you, Dr. Sharma. A lot of appreciation from many of the participants. And also we'd like to thank you for making a wonderful summary of all this and it makes things very, very clear to all of us. And with this, I will hand over to Naresh to continue further. Naresh, please.
Thank you, sir. So just I'll take quick couple of minutes and then we'll hand over to Swamiji for the recap of all the asanas and pranayamas. As Dr. Sharma was telling that you are all qualified for attending IWSP for life. So the idea of this is you learn something. This actually, this thought came to us after our batch 3. You learn something new, and unless you practice continuously, unless you be in touch with that, there is a tendency that you go back to your old way of living. So that is where we decided, okay, let us do a bi-weekly session with all the people on IWSP for life. A change has to be transformed only by practicing. So this is the context and concept of IWSP for life. So all the people who participate in IWSP are eligible to participate in IWSP life. IWSP is the basic qualification you need to complete to get into IWSP life. We will be handling some of the advanced topic. Swamiji will go a little more on meditation part of it. Dr. Sharma will take a lot of detailed topics in that. So this happens every alternate Sundays. As I said, when IWSP sessions are happening, we hold it and then we'll restart it. So for example, in the last 3-4 weeks, we have not done it. From 13th of June onwards, it will happen. The time is going to be 6 to 7:30 a.m. and repeat in the evening 6 to 7:30 all India time. This is a window, Jan to December window. Whoever joins either in Jan or in June, and they will be eligible to be in the program till December. After December, it will be a new subscription will start. So it is just to manage things in the back end. We made it as a 1-year subscription model kind of thing. You are already paid and you are eligible to join. You need not pay anything on this. What is it? As I said earlier, we have started working on a new program because this came predominantly, a lot of people have asked for it. A lot of people are working from home, having a lot of backache, musculoskeletal disorders. So we thought, let us start with this with the help of few of our expert doctors. So go to our IWSP, myiwsp.com, and then register it and request all of you to share this with all your known people or all your WhatsApp groups. You can download the detailed brochure at the bottom. You can see that. Download and send it across to them. Request all of you to cascade to maximum number of people. This is going to start from 26th of June. Followed by, there is another program which is also another need of the hour. The hormonal disorders in women. It's a lot of people are facing this problem. So we decided to have another program. It's getting designed, help of expert doctors again. This is going to start somewhere in July. We will inform you when exact date. It will be again another 5 to 6 days program. It's these two programs, the back pain and then hormonal. It will be a short program. It will be a 5-day, 6-day program with the help of few external doctors. A lot of external people will be involved. And we are thinking that we will be starting the next batch 5, somewhere in early August. It's a tentative. We have not concluded yet because it's 2 months to go, but we will keep you posted because entire your all will be moved under IWSP for Life WhatsApp group. So you will have a lot of postings through that. We are hoping that tentatively by August 21 early, we will be starting IWSP Batch 5. For this, request all of you to please fill the feedback form and the video testimonial. Doctor have emphasized enough.
There's no audio, Naresh.
Sorry. company, some of the backend activities, they support us. So we thought, let us just give them a mark of respect at this point in time. You might have heard a call at the beginning of the program from multiple people on, organizing and informing you what time and how the link, how to join. All these things are done by this company behind. So with this, Karthikeyan is our help desk person. He's there for all the IWSP queries. And then Mr. Parmesh, who will support any individual needs on a consultation with the doctors and things like that. Reach healthcare person, he will also be in. For further delay, as I said, we will be extending today's program at least 10-15 minutes more. Please bear with us. Over to Swamiji.
Namaskar. IWSP Batch 4. This is our concluding day. As very well said, we are here for a transformation. We have made a little change so that we attain better health. We attain the joy within. We get a better mental state. We get our emotions better. So if you don't do it regularly, the change, whatever you have brought, may not remain for a long time. So why? Change to transformation is very vital, and I request all of you to continue the practice daily without fail. Eyes cannot see what mind doesn't know. We cannot practice what our mind doesn't know. So, knowing all the good things and seeing them doing for ourselves, there is something called as Kedikali, Nodikali, Madikali. We learn by listening, we learn by looking around, and we learn more by practicing. So, not much delay. A short is, we have got a lot of things to do. Time is very short. Start practicing yogic jogging. And I request all our IWSP participants to give your testimonials. And through video or audio recordings and filling that Google form properly, your feedback will help many people in the future to join, and it will also help to improvise the program. So we have tried to cover everything that can help to attain the wellness, swasthya, integrated approach. It is not being allopathic, Ayurvedic, naturopathy, Unani or Sampathy. It's everypathy which can help to bring the joy within us. Wellness, yogic jogging. मन मस्त होके आनंद में 100 साल जवान रहना है तो रोज करना है योगिक जॉगिंग, सूक्ष्म व्यायाम, योगासन, प्राणायाम. The joy is within. Yoga should be the manifestation of the joy within, happiness within, strength within, all the positivity within, expression of the divinity, expression of the strength within, expression of the flexibility, expression of the coordination, expression of the vigor, vitality. आपके अंदर जो एक अद्भुत शक्ति है, उस शक्ति का अभिव्यक्ति ही जीवन है. That's what in real sense आध्यात्मिक जीवन, spiritual life. We are all divine in nature. Sidewise bending, yogic jogging, sukshma vyayama, providing exercise to every cell of the body. If you love yourself, you have to take care of every cell of your body. Ahimsa, non-injury, to take care of your cells. If you don't do proper exercise, you are not doing justice, because you are going to injure. No exercise, no proper blood supply, no proper oxygen supply. Begin slowly, then slowly increase the speed. Slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race. Regular practice. Understanding the science behind and practicing. Doing it out of sincerity, out of love, dedication. Such practices can change your lives. Long practice. Dirgha kalena, nairantara, regular practices. Practice makes a man or woman perfect. Education is the manifestation of the perfection already within. So, if you are educated in true sense, we should be able to manifest the perfection already within. Perfect body, perfect mind, perfect emotions, perfect family life, perfect social life, physical, mental, emotional, social well-being, also spiritual well-being. आध्यात्मिक शक्ति का अभिव्यक्ति. We are divine. We are Sat Chit Ananda. Our true nature is existence, consciousness, bliss. Every action should be the manifestation of that joy within. Yoga is the highest tool to get connected with our real self. Be in that state of happiness, joy, bliss. Ananda is the word. Sukha, dukkha. I get hungry, I eat food. Because I was hungry, I was in a state of dukkha. I was not very happy, sad. But I got food. The food gave relief from my hunger. I feel happy. Sukha. Sukha, dukkha is kshanika. Again you will get hunger. Again dukkha. Again you will eat. You sukha. Sukha, dukkha are continuous cycles. Going beyond sukha, dukkha. Just you sit, giving up everything that is outside, be within yourselves, you feel happy. Ananda. That is Ananda, bliss, going beyond happiness, going beyond sadness, attaining that state of Ananda, bliss, swasthya. That is the goal. After doing Sukshma Vyayama, we focus on doing the few asanas in the sitting posture. As already we have learned, Mandukasana, Shashakasana, Ustrasana, है ना? So Mandukasana, make the fist, keep on the abdominal wall. Breathe in, breathe out, go, bend forward. The stress, the pressure is on the abdominal walls. You are putting pressure on the abdominal walls, stimulating the pancreas. Thereby, your pancreas works better. Very good for people with diabetes. Mandukasana. For double effect, do Kapalbhati. प्राणायाम के साथ आसन, मंडूकासना. Make a fist, breathe in, breathe out, put your fist on the abdominal wall, bend forward, breathe out. Once you reach this, look forward, Kapalbhati or Sarala Pranayama. In the beginning, just be there in this position 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Those who are experts can do Kapalbhati being in Mandukasana. Mandukasana plus Kapalbhati. Breathe in, go up, stretch your hands, place on the thighs. Shasakasana. Breathe in, go up. Breathe out, go front, touch your palms and forehead to the ground. Again, the pressure is on the abdominal walls touching the thighs. Kapalbhati, if you can practice, double effect. Shasakasana, again very good exercise. Asana for reducing central obesity, for making your abdominal muscles strong, for a good physique. Shasakasana, again very good asana for people with diabetes and central obesity, to reduce the central obesity, for better control of diabetes, for better control of metabolic disorders, all the lifestyle disorders. The root cause is central obesity, to reduce the central obesity. Shasakasana with Kapalbhati. मनमस्थों के आनंद में Shasakasana. Ustrasana. Again, very good asana for low back ache, cervical spondylosis. Stretch your back, stretch your neck, push your back to the front, pull your shoulders and neck to the back. Ustrasana. Very good asana to get relief from low back ache, cervical spondylosis, for developing a good physique, good structure. Flexibility, strength, balance, coordination. A strong body and strong mind. Going beyond the body and mind and getting settled in our real self, swasthya. Body, mind, soul becoming one, yoga. Yogat yunjate. By the word yoga, it means to become one. Body, mind becoming one with the soul. After this asanas in the sitting posture, let us continue Vakrasana. Stretch your legs, fold the left leg, twisting the waist, trunk. When you are folding the left knee, right hand will go up, right hand will go across the left thighs and try to touch the left foot, and right knee. Twist and try to look back to the left. You can also practice Kapalbhati. Breathe in, go up, stretch the left leg. Now stretch the right leg. Right leg, left hand will go up, left hand going across the right thigh, trying to touch the left knee, look back to the right, rotate, twist the waist, trunk. Again Kapalbhati. Every asana should be practiced for at least 2 to 3 minutes for getting a good effect. अच्छा खासा effect आने के लिए अच्छा खासा practice. If you want to get good result, should also give good time and practice. Then Gomukhasana. Right thigh and the left thigh. Right hand will go up. Pull the hands in the opposite direction. Look up, Gomukhasana. For cervical spondylosis. For good shoulders. Frozen shoulders. Look up. Left thigh will go up. The left hand will go up, interlock, pull in the opposite direction. Kapalbhati. Asana with pranayama for double effect. You have to experience the effect too. Now let us practice few asanas on the lying down position. Lie down on your chest, tummy, Bhujangasana. Breathe in, go up, stretch your neck back. This can also be done with Kapalbhati. Shalabhasana. Lift your thighs. Keep in the straight line. Ankle joint, knee joint, thigh in straight line. Just above the ground, 30 degree. Support both the thighs with both the hands, palms. Shalabhasana plus Bhujangasana is becoming our Dhanurasana. The bow posture. Very good asana for low backache and cervical spondylosis. Now, let us lie down on our back. Dvi Utthana Padasana. Dvi Utthana Padasana, Sarvangasana and Halasana. Dvi Utthana Padasana. Lift both the legs 30 degree. Dvi Utthana Padasana. Down. Sarvangasana. Down. Halasana. 180 degrees. Try to touch the ground with your foot. Halasana, Sarvangasana, Dvi Utthana Padasana. So few asanas and the lying down position. Now Vrukshasana, stand like a tree. Tadasana, stretch yourself. So let us practice Vrikshasana, standing on one leg. Bring your right foot, put on the left thighs, stretch up and folded hands. Stand on the right leg, Vrikshasana. Then Tadasana, stretch up, standing on the toes and stretching your hand up like this. So these are the few asanas in the standing posture. Now let us to move on to Surya Namaskara. Breathe in, go back, breathe out, try to touch the ground, left leg back, look up, right leg back straight, then touch the knees, the chest, the chin, breathe out, breathe in, go up. Take the right leg to the front. Breathe out, take the right leg back, left leg back, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, left leg front. Surya Namaskara is king of all the asanas. Daily, if you can practice 10 times, 20 times Surya Namaskara asana, very good. It will provide exercise to all your body cells along with the breathing. Surya Namaskara asana. Shavasana, complete relaxation to every cell of the body. After good exercise, we should also provide good rest, complete rest, physical and mental rest. Lie down on your back. .30 apart, both legs, both hands. The knee joint, the ankle, the waist, the spine, the shoulders, the elbows, the wrist, the neck touching the ground. Feel the foot, the ankle joint, every cell of the ankle joint, the foot is relaxed, is getting proper blood supply, proper oxygen supply. Both the limbs, lower limbs, below the knee, the calf muscles are relaxed, just lying on the ground completely at rest. Both the thighs completely touching the ground and at rest. The trunk, the spine, the shoulders, the elbows, the palms, completely at rest. Feel every cell of the body. Every cell of the body is getting good oxygen supply, blood supply, completely at rest on the ground. The neck portion, the skull portion, at complete rest. Proper blood supply and oxygen supply. Whole body, trillions and trillions of cells together put becoming this physical body of ours is at complete rest. Eyes closed, focus is on the breath, deep and long breath. We are completely indrawn. We are not aware of any part of the body. Take away your awareness. Take away all the focus from your body cells towards your breath. Deep and long breath. You are breathing in the pure consciousness, energy, the prana shakti. You are feeling the divine energy. You are the divine energy itself. Breathe out all the weakness, all the negativity. Anatma buddhi, nastika buddhi should be thrown out. Atma buddhi, the astika buddhi should be breathed in. By practicing this properly, we feel we are the divine energy. We are not this physical body. Feel, feel, feel. The more you feel, the more you experience. Yadbhavam tadbhavati. Complete relax. Focus is on the breath. You are not this body and mind, but that pure consciousness. Yadbhavam tadbhavati. Complete rest. Shavasana. Be there in that position, in that asana for few seconds, few minutes. Feel the effect of Shavasana, complete rest. Free from all inflammation, all injury, towards healing and repair, towards rejuvenation, remodeling every cell, alignment. The focus is on the breath. Slowly feel the neck, the skull, the shoulders, the elbows, the palm, the chest, the waist, the thighs, the knees, the calf muscles and the ankle. Slowly feel every cell of your body. Slowly get up and sit. Shavasana. Complete rest, physical and mental rest. So after doing good yogic jogging, sukshma vyayama, we should always practice Shavasana. Complete rest. Now, after asana, go to pranayama. The prana shakti, when properly regulated, balance between body and mind, internal and external balance, prana shakti, pranayama, anulom vilom, alternative nasal breathing. The focus is on the third eye, which we call, between the two eyebrows. See the divine light, the divine knowledge, the divine energy, all the positivity. Focus between two eyebrows and breathe in, breathe out. Alternative nasal breathing. Anulom vilom. Again, pranayama practiced properly with right knowledge, with right feeling. It can take us to our inner world, going beyond this body and mind, entering our soul, Atma Samrajya. आत्मस्थ होके, एकत्व होके, ब्रह्मत्व भाव से अनुलोम विलोम. every pranayama every day, practiced for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, wonderful results. As we tell, the asana, the yogic jogging, sukshma vyayama, whatever we do to take care of this physical body. Next to the physical body, sthula sharira, is the sukshma sharira, the mind, the emotions. So, pranayama practiced properly will help to regulate the sukshma sharira, bhavanas, vichar. भावना और विचार आलोचना ठीक करना है तो सही से प्राणायाम करना है, अनुलोम विलोम. देन भ्रामरी. आत्म भाव में, ब्रह्म भाव में, अपना निज स्वरूप में स्थित होके भ्रामरी. भस्त्रिका, to increase the lung capacity, to increase the vital energy. Prana Shakti, the divine energy, divinity, expression of the divinity within, expression of the strength, Atma Bala, Brahma Bal, Adhyatma Shakti ka अभिव्यक्ति. भस्त्रिका. कपालभाति. योगः कर्मसु कौशलम. A yogi is more efficient in his day-to-day work, whether you are a sannyasi, householder, or any other professional. You will become more efficient in your work by practicing yoga properly. Yogat yunjate. Yoga means becoming one. Many becoming one. Aham becoming vayam. I am different, you are different. I-ness to oneness, we-ness. Aham to vayam, I to we. Journey from illness towards wellness, I to we. Kapalbhati, king of pranayamas. Along with proper regulation of the prana shakti, the focus is on the abdomen. All the internal organs are in the abdomen. So, proper Kapalbhati practiced every day should help us to become physically, mentally, emotionally strong, to express the spiritual power within. For a glowing face, Kapal Bhati. Bhati means the light on the face, Kapal, forehead. You are the creator of your own destiny, said Swami Vivekananda. So, by wrong practices, if you have got illness, with good practices, you are going to get wellness. Your wellness is in your hands by practicing all the good habits. Kapal Bhati, Antah Pranayama. Breathe in, hold. 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 breath. 60 seconds, 2 breath. So, the respiratory rate has come down from 16 to 20 to 2 per minute. People who have less respiratory rate are found to live long. Ayura Arogya Ruddhi. If you want to live long, your breath should be deep and long, conscious breath. being aware of your real self, your divinity. Antah pranayam, bahya pranayam. Antah pranayama, bahya pranayama. Omkara. Sit in Sukhasana, Padmasana, Dhyana Mudra, relax, sit straight, spine and neck straight, close your eyes, go deep within. Akara, Ukara, Makara, Srishti, Sthiti, Pralaya. Om is the symbol of God, symbol of our real self, Atman, Brahman. By chanting Om, we get close to our real self. By practice, we attain that oneness, we experience. Omkara is the manifestation of the God. Let us practice Om. Experience the silence within. Enter your spiritual heart. Pray for the wellness of all. Take the blessings of the Avatara Purusha, the Rishis, all the noble souls. The right palm, the left palm. Right palm above the left palm. Eyes closed. By the blessings of the Lord, we are able to spend this beautiful morning understanding all the great good habits, practicing yogasana, pranayama, omkara, prayer and meditation. Let us practice meditation for few minutes. The place where we have to meditate is Hridayakasha, Chidakasha, the spiritual heart, the center of the chest from where our bhavanas, our feelings arise. Just right to the physical heart. Go there. There is the infinite space, full of divine light, divine knowledge. There is only light, there is no darkness. Light which is beyond the normal light and dark. The divine light, the infinite light, the infinite space. Go and enter that divine heart, spiritual heart. There our Ishtadevata is already residing. He is welcoming all of us with a divine smile. Go and offer your salutations at his holy feet. Go and sit in front of him in Sukhasana, Padmasana, closed eyes. All the Panchendriyas which are going out should be directed to go within, deep within. Be there with your Ishtadevata, your Guru, spiritual teacher. The focus is on the breath, deep and long breath. Sthira Sukham Asanam. We are with our Divine Lord. the pure consciousness, the highest energy, energy which can be neither created nor destroyed. We are that energy. Feel, feel. Yadbhavam tadbhavati. Now let us meditate on the divine characters of our divine Lord. भगवान का दिव्य गुण पे दिव्य ध्यान, दिव्यता का अभिव्यक्ति. Our divine Lord is Parama Prema Swarupa. He is pure love. Love personified. He is Sarvagya. He knows everything. There is nothing which he doesn't know. He is Sarvavyapi. He is there everywhere. He is the one guiding us, protecting us everywhere, wherever we are. He is Sarvashakta. He is the all power. Without that power, nothing happens in this universe, nor in this body. Let us meditate on these divine qualities. Parama Prema Swarupa, Sarvagya, Sarvavyapi, Sarvashakta. Love, compassion, all the moral values come out from the divine energy. Let us meditate on those divine qualities. Let us meditate in silence and become a spiritual dynamo. Sthira Sukham Asanam. The focus is on the breath, deep and long breath. We are deep within our heart, spiritual heart, meditating on the divine qualities, meditating on the pure consciousness, Sat Chit Ananda. Be and make. Let us become spiritual dynamos. Meditate in silence. Though we want to be in this state of meditation, in this state of joy and bliss, because we have to move out to our next activities of the day, let us once again offer our salutations at the holy feet of our Divine Lord. Let us bow down to that highest energy. Take the blessings of the Divine Lord. With the blessings of that highest energy, slowly feel your body, rub your hands, put on your eyes, neck. So, every day, remembering all the science behind the great habits, practicing Kaya, Vacha, Manasa, through this body, through the actions of this body, through the thoughts, feeling, thinking, practice, practice, practice. Dirghakalena nairantara abhyasena. Abhyasa is the word. Abhyasa. Knowing the science and practicing. Abhyasa. Dirghakala, long time. Nairantara, regular practice. So this is the mantra for all of us. Let us practice with more intensity and become a great citizen of this country. Be and make. योग जीवन से, yoga abhyas se, when yoga is practiced, when yoga becomes our way of life, we become great citizen of this nation. We become good parents, Our children will learn from us. We will become role model in the society. So my best wishes and prayers for the wellness of all. More so, IWSP Batch 4. See you soon in the next session during IWSP for Life. Namaskar. Thank you.
Namaskar, and really thank you very much, Swamiji, for wonderful sessions, compressing so many asanas, yogic exercise, and also the pranayama. I thought we may not get time to do this wonderful pranayama, which people learn at least last 2 sessions. And nothing to worry. I think we will have a more wonderful session of meditations in the IWSP for Life. So don't forget to attend those to learn. And what we did in this course, the basic ancient science of Sravana, Manana, and Nididashana. There is a very little time for practice, but that's what we are telling. We heard all those things. You understood by asking questions, and we clarified it. Now it's time for you to practice. More you practice, more you will get the benefit and your wellness. There is a specific query I think Swamiji can briefly clarify. You told about so many yogic jogging, sukshmashanas, asanas, pranayama, meditation. Is there an optimal time to keep it so that, or do you have any concise version which is minimum to be done every day?
Yeah, minimum if you can take out 1 hour. Morning, get up, get fresh, take a bath, then sit for meditation. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Enjoy that beautiful morning moments. Be aware, don't go into sleep. Maybe in the beginning you can open your eyes, look at your Ishta Devata or some divine picture and sit and meditate. Feel. Then slowly close your eyes. Don't go to sleep. You should be aware. Complete awareness is called meditation. Being aware about your real self, which can give you a complete rest. So meditation. Then after meditation, start with Sukshma Vyayama, yogic jogging and Sukshma Vyayama 5 to 10 minutes. Then go and practice few asanas in the sitting posture. Maybe Monday you will practice few asanas in the sitting posture. Tuesday you will practice the few asanas in the lying down posture. Few asanas in the standing posture, and every day Surya Namaskara. After that, practice all the pranayamas every day. Practice Omkara every day. Again, in the end, Shavasana, then Omkara, again meditation. So like that, if you can make for 1 hour, 1 hour nice bhajans, chanting, some music, so that background music will keep on going. And if you can go do it in sunlight, double effect. So asana, pranayama done together, double effect. Similarly, asana, pranayama, yogic jogging done in the nature, open space, below the skies and with sunlight, I think you will get the double effect. So these are all the hints, paths, pathfinders, pointers which we have given. So you have to practice, you have to experience. The more you practice, the more experience, the more benefits, it will encourage you to practice more. It's all about being active, be free from all that laziness, alasya. Alasya is a big pramada. This alasya, laziness, is a greatest blunder that all of us commit. So let us be aware, the knowledge whatever is provided to you, put in practice properly, can bring in the transformation. It takes on and average 60 to 90 days. That's where we keep on telling, Dirgha Kalena Nairantara Abhyasena, it is possible. Let us practice together.
Thank you, Swamiji, and thank you all the participants who are coming and practicing with us regularly. Hope we will continue to do this every day, and we'll be in touch and request all of you Not only practice, but share your experience. That experience will help you to learn about yourself. Also, will learn how much it was useful to you. So with this, I request Naresh to conclude finally. Naresh, please.
Thank you, sir. You can see in the slides, I mean, special thanks to everybody, but special thanks certainly to all these people on the screen. Aparna, Parveen, Shakti, Sapur, Sujata ji, Manjuri, Suresh Kumar ji, Rashmi, Chakra, and then Hema. I've been noticing it every single day. They've been practicing with Swamiji, putting their video on. It encouraged us. So thank you so much. Special thanks to all of you, and keep continuing IWSP life also. Also, this posture will encourage the rest of the people are also put on their videos and do it together. It's important that we need to do it as a team, as a family. That's important. So with this, special thanks to both our facilitators, Swamiji and Dr. Sharma. Both are extremely busy doctors with the current COVID condition, unbelievably busy, but still they took the time out and they've been spending with us almost 12 sessions. Beyond that, preparation for all these sessions are also a lot of time they have spent it. So thank you so much for both the doctors and Subrata sir for your passion in health and coordinating this whole program, coordinating the Q&A activities. Thank you so much. And then Karthikeyan, who is our backend staff, and he's a very, very important person. He's not in the call today, but any doubts, clarification, you can be in touch with him, and he'll be moving all your numbers to IWSP for life. He'll remove this batch 4 WhatsApp group and move all of you to IWSP live. So you will get all the communications from there. So with this, thank you so much for all the participants, and please spread your words to all the people, known people, and let them connect with us for more and more such successful programs. With this, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for all of you. Have a nice day and a good night, and look forward to meet all of you next Sunday, this evening, if you want, rejoin. Otherwise, 13th of June, IWSP for life, we will have. In that, we can meet again. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Have a good day.